This is Tiff Joy, and you're listening to Industry Talk with Gospel Artist Entertainment.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Aldren McCullar with Gospel Artist Entertainment once again, and I'm so honored and I'm so glad you are able to join us today. Listen, we have an incredible guest on the phone. We have an awesome artist on the phone. She's amazing. She's so phenomenal. You know her from Ricky Dillard and New G, and she even has this hit song out called Amazing. You know, and she's one of the artists that I really admire and look up to, because the anointing really makes a difference. And nowadays, you know, people just, you know, they can sing, but there's not really, you know, anointing upon, you know, people or whatnot. And so that's another whole conversation. But I appreciate her ministry and I appreciate her using her gift. Her name is Miss Tiff Joy. What's up, Tiff? How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing good. It's so awesome and it's so wonderful to be able to talk to you today. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Anytime. Now, I'm going to get into today's discussion, but before I do that, I want to get a little insight on your ministry or whatnot. Can you tell us a little bit about the music that you have out right now, as well as the ministry that you are working in right now?
I have a record out. I released it maybe a year and a half ago. Entitled Tiff Joy, self-titled. I don't want to seem like I'm bragging on myself, but I really think it's a CD that people would enjoy and be blessed by. And I pray you go and even if you go stream it, just go get encouraged. That's what it's all about. So that's what that's what I have out now, and I'm currently working on some new music. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just excited for the growth, the next.
Awesome. I love it. And your music is definitely amazing. I appreciate your music, and I'm pretty sure there are millions across this country who also appreciate your music. So thank you for putting out great music.
Thank you.
No, most definitely, anytime. Now, what motivated you to get into ministry?
Well, I'm a pastor's kid. So my parents are. I've been in the gospel. I've been around just the gospel all my life. My dad is a writer and a singer. He's written for, I believe, Chicago Mass and stuff like that. So that, you know, I think it was kind of automatic that I was going to probably pick up something from him. So it was that, and then it was a natural thing. I wasn't forced to do it. I think that's why I genuinely love what I do, because they didn't force me into Jesus. They didn't force that. They were an example, and they allowed me to make my own decisions. So it's just seeing that example, and it just came natural.
Wow, I love it. And that's crazy that you say that, because, you know, I'm a pastor's kid myself. I actually just became a pastor's kid back in 2010 when my grandfather passed away. He was the pastor of our church. And after he passed away, then since my dad was already pastor assistant or assistant pastor, you know, he took on the role of being pastor, and I wasn't ready for it. I'm not gonna even lie. I wasn't ready for it. It kind of snuck up on me and my sister. So,
I understand.
but that's awesome. I'm so glad to know that. As a kid, have you always wanted to be an artist, or did you have other dreams and goals?
I knew I had something to say. I knew I had something to say, and so then, I wanted this to be in music. But as I've gotten older, I wanted to branch out into. I wanted to stay in music. I wanted to branch out into film, just in different ways to speak and say a message. That's how I want to do it. It doesn't necessarily have to be all music now,
right?
You know, so yeah.
Right, I definitely understand, and I feel where you're coming from. So I thank you for that. Now, one more thing before we get into today's discussion. When it comes down to ministry, do you feel like that it's just easy to be able to work in ministry, or do you have to have a certain I guess, standard or gift? How do you feel about that? Do you think anybody can just, start working in ministry, or do you have to endure, some type of process? Or what is your outlook on that?
I do believe God can use anybody. Mm-hmm. Now, that is something I do believe. For a consistent career or whatever in ministry, mm-hmm. I do believe it takes some type of relationship with God to. I can't tell you anything God's saying if I don't have a relationship with Him. I can't tell you anything anybody's saying if I don't have some type of communication with Him. So right. I do believe it requires some type of communication, and then it develops a deeper relationship. But I also believe God can use anybody for a moment, for anything. So for consistency, yes, I do believe it takes some type of relationship with God.
Right, I agree. And, the relationship with God is definitely important. So I agree 100%. Absolutely. I definitely agree. All right, y'all. So we're going to get into today's discussion now. This week we've been talking about, police brutality, and we've been talking about different things that's been going on within the, nation or whatnot. So my question to you today for this topic, Ms. Tiff Joy, is what is your outlook, or what is your view on what's been going on as far as the innocent lives that's been taken by police, and the different circumstances and issues that's been taking place within our nation, and not just within our nation but across the world? How do you feel about that?
Mm-hmm. Honestly, I've been very disheartened about what's happening. I've been praying, but I've just been thinking, like, especially with this police brutality, I don't get it. Like, I've been at a loss for words. Like, I don't even understand it. It's like, God, I don't get how, this is happening. But, I mean, I believe this is a part of the end times. I hate to be so spiritual, but it is a spiritual thing.
Oh, it's true, yeah.
I believe this is a part of what's happening in the end times, and my prayer is, God, give us, your children, what to do in these moments. Give us how to go out and save and go out and win, or it's just a cover. It's so disheartening, and then with all the racial things that's happening in this world, honestly, it leaves me here. It leaves me at a loss for words. Mm-hmm. This whole, all the Black Lives Matter and All Lives Matter. I am an All Lives Matter. Mm-hmm. But I'm a Black Lives Matter.
Right.
Like, all lives can't matter until that Black Lives Matter. So, which makes me a Black Lives Matter. So I don't know. It just leaves me in a place of, I don't know, in La La Land. I don't get it.
Right.
I don't get it. It doesn't make sense to me. Like, it doesn't add up. I just don't get it. It's just so disheartening. So I've just been praying. Honest to God, I've been praying. I have to talk to my parents because I don't get it. I'd be like, Mom, Dad, what's happening? So that's where I'm at with it.
And I completely feel where you're coming from. I was just telling someone, it's crazy that, we are, beginning to see what's going on, and people been saying that it's been going on, it's just now being displayed on television, and on social media and all of this stuff. And even though it's been going on before then, it's effective, and it still affects us because we're actually seeing it for our own self, and
And the fact that the part that's it's really disheartening is the fact that it is being televised and still nothing's been done about it.
Right.
It's like it's been going on, but now it's boldly happening without any type of repercussion. I don't know. I don't know.
And you know what's crazy, Tiff? It's crazy that even though there's evidence and there's nothing that's been, there haven't been any glitches in the, videotapings. It's raw video, and they clearly see it for themselves. It's like there's nothing being done. It's like, oh, well, even though we're looking at this man shooting this innocent person, we're seeing that this innocent person has his hands up. We're seeing all of this, and then it's like, oh, but we still find this person guilty. I mean, not guilty.
Exactly.
Like, I don't get it. I really don't get it.
I can't wrap my mind around this one. I can't even find any logic in it.
Yeah, it's crazy. So my daily prayer is that, that we, find, ourselves really praying more, for our country. And my prayer is that, we have peace, that God gives us peace in the midst of all of this, because people will say that, oh, it's going to get better and all of this stuff. And, I do believe that it's going to get better. But until we make a difference, every single day is getting worse.
Absolutely.
Every single day is getting worse.
I said, I had a talk with the young people in my church, and I told them about knowledge and wisdom, especially the young black guys. I said, the police cares nothing about what you know. You can know all the ins and outs of the law. Right. Wisdom is going to tell you what. And it's very unfortunate, and some may not agree with this, but I am a person that says comply, because people are dying and nothing's happening. Right. So my thing is, young black man or young black person, comply and live to tell the story. Live to tell, so you can make this movement. Like. Because they don't care that you know the law. They don't care. They don't care about video footage. Clearly, So it's like, no, you can know, but you have to have wisdom on what to do and what to say. All that stuff. Right.
I definitely agree 100%, and I'd say that we have to do better within our community. We have to, really just allow Him to do the work. Allow God to do the work and. Things are going to happen, unfortunately, and I say unfortunately with such force because we don't want to see these things happen. We and me personally, I would if it was up to me, I would wish that every day was a peaceful day and a happy day, and there was no fighting, there was no crime, there was no kind of trouble at all, but. Unfortunately, these things, have to come to pass. And so it's very heartbreaking, having to see all of this and see it, for your own self and see it. And even times live, So it's crazy. So I appreciate you so much for your insight on that. And I thank you so much for sharing your outlook and your view on that. Listen, I do have a question. Now, can we talk about the song "Amazing" for a minute? Okay. What inspired you to write the song "Amazing"?
My mom was studying. I was kind of looking out the window, and those lyrics came. Honestly, I wasn't in a deep place. I'm one who. Especially when I was younger, I've just always been amazed at the nature work of God, looking at the trees, and so that's how that song came, I wrote the song so many years ago. That's the funny part. I wrote it so many years ago, but I wasn't looking. I knew I wanted to sing the song one day, but at this point, I wasn't even making my own record, so I was singing with somebody else. So it just those words just came. It's nothing complex. It's real simple. You're amazing, and that's how the song came. I was just sitting there.
Wow, that's amazing. Listen, we love that song. We love your ministry, and we love your music. Where can everybody go and follow you and get your music?
You can follow me on Instagram and Twitter. At One Tiff Joy. Facebook is Tiff Joy. You can get my music on iTunes, Amazon, CD Baby. They're in some selected Walmarts, I believe. But yeah, all the digital outlets, you can find it on there. So
y'all definitely stay connected with her. Get her music. You will not be disappointed, and follow her ministry. For anybody that's trying to get in ministry, or anybody that just may be facing any situations or anything that that is occurring in their life right now, do you have any encouraging words for them?
As far as those who want to be in a ministry or make a career in gospel singing, my suggestion is make sure it's something you want to do.
Right.
It's not necessarily an easy road. You know, it's not this quick come up. It's something you're really speaking over people's lives, and you have to have the passion, because from a natural side, money, ain't that sweet. You know what I'm saying? So you have to enjoy what you're doing. You have to have a passion for what you're doing, and anything. Just to the person who wants to go in life, who's trying to make it in life.
Right.
Somebody once told me, Tiff, whatever you do, give it 100% every time. You never know who's watching you. Mm-hmm. So that is my word to them. Anytime you do anything, do it 100%.
Do it 100%. You heard her, and stay consistent when you do it, and make sure it's definitely something you want to do. Thank you so much, Tiff. Unfortunately, that is our time. But until then, thank you so much for joining us today for Gospel Artists Entertainment's Industry Talk. My name is Aldren McCullar, and you are listening to my guest with me on today, Miss Tiff Joy. Thank you so much, y'all. We love y'all. We're out.
Love you.